Hey, Georgie. Welcome back, everybody. It is the holiday season. I'm wearing my Merry Christmas shirt. I'm wearing my Merry Christmas candy cane earring. I'm wearing the Pennywise Christmas sweater. And of course, we will be doing a long-awaited movie review. Of what movie? What movie do you think we're going to do? That's right, The Sound of Music. Today we'll be reviewing, mostly discussing It. Not the original It, not yet, but we are going to be talking about It Chapter 1, which I think is still one of my favorite horror movies. So, if you guys enjoy the video, please make sure you subscribe, because when you subscribe, you'll float here too. You'll float here too. You'll float here too. You'll float here too. You'll all float. You'll all float. You'll all float here. The deadlights got me. Subscribe them all. Subscribe them all. Subscribe them all. All right. So It Chapter 1, the new version by Muschietti, has been one of my favorite movies that came out in a very, very long time. I saw it when it came out in theaters, and then I purchased the Blu-ray version, and I think I've watched the movie a total of like 4 times. So a little bit of backstory with the It TV show that was turned into a movie, and the movie. So the It movie with Tim Curry was actually the first horror movie that I ever watched. But it's not only that I watched; it was my first horror movie. It was also my brother's first horror movie as well, and we were all kids. I don't know. I don't remember I don't remember if my mom knew what movie we rented, but she let us rent it anyway. I convinced everybody to want to watch it. So we sat down, we watched it. I think we were all changed after that. We were no longer the losers club. So we're going to be talking about Chapter 1. Chapter 2 I didn't really like as much, but I'm going to eventually probably cover all 4 movies. The old ones from the 80s and the new ones. So the thing with Pennywise, so he's such an iconic character, because you can't, I think I relate with the movie a lot more because I was a kid that was afraid of things like monsters and aliens and demons and devils and stuff like this when I was a kid. So it did scare the crap out of me, and I'm sure it scared the crap out of my younger brothers as well. I don't know if they watched through the entire thing, but I know I watched the entire sitting of it. There was two movies. So I do actually like, as good and as much as I love the original movie with Tim Curry. Tim Curry did a phenomenal job playing Pennywise the clown. But I do actually like the new version that's played by Bill Skarsgård. I think he did a phenomenal job. So the thing with Pennywise, so he's a being. I think he's very much an eldritch type of a being that's been around since before time existed. So he feeds off of fear, but more specifically, he feeds off of the fear of kids. So I found the Tim Curry version of Pennywise was way too adult, way too mature, comparing to the Skarsgård version of Pennywise. I found the Skarsgård version of Pennywise was actually more like a kid, and the best way that I would describe Pennywise is a twisted, ageless, demented child that doesn't grow up. So he doesn't go out after adults, because as you grow up, you drop your fears and you become accustomed to things, and you realize that There's really nothing in the corner of the room when it's pitch black. It's just your imagination. So you're not as scared as you were when you were a kid. So he doesn't go out after adults. But he does go out after kids because kids are naive and easily scared, right? I used to be terrified of the dark when I was a kid. So Pennywise pretty much only interacts with children. So if you're only interacting with children, you can't really grow, right? You can't really mature. So since he's always around kids, scaring the crap out of the kids and whatever, he stays as a very, very immature being. So which is why you always see him throughout the movie. Like if you notice, he always has a like I do right now, he always has like a cracking kind of voice, like he's going through puberty and whatever. Throughout the entire movie, he always like speaks in like a high-pitched voice, makes these weird twisted jokes throughout the movie, like when Bill was like, he's not real, and Penny was like, what? I'm not real enough for you, Billy? I was real enough for Georgie. Very, very off-putting, very weird, right? So I think that was a very perfect interpretation of what Pennywise would actually be. So Bill Skarsgård is my preferred Pennywise. I still love the Tim Curry Pennywise, but the Skarsgård Pennywise, like he was just able to like do things with his face that most normal people can't. Like he had, like when you would see like his lazy eye, that was not CG. That was like Skarsgård actually having a lazy eye that you can control on command. And then he also had I can't even do it. He has this weird thing like where he not only does it go low like this, but he makes it go to a point. And Buscemi wanted actually Pennywise to have a lazy eye, and for Bill Skarsgård to actually be able to do a lazy eye, well, that was a no-brainer, a win-win situation for everybody. So Pennywise was perfect in the chapter 1. He was also good in chapter 2, but we're just talking about the chapter 1 in this Christmassy video. Man, it's freaking hot underneath this hat. I hope you guys like the sewer. I dressed it up special for you guys for the holidays. And then we have the Losers Club, the kids. They had such great chemistry together. Like I was watching the behind the scenes and the making of the movie. Like from the beginning of the movie, like they all get you. Like they do a fantastic job of building. Like even though it only lasted like about 5 minutes, the intro with Bill and Georgie. So Bill is sick, but he still helps, keeps his promise to help Georgie make the paper boat. So they put the paraffin on it to seal, to make it waterproof. So then Georgie leaves Bill to go and play outside in the rain. Puts the paper boat out to sail on the water, quickly loses control, and the boat goes into the sewer. And that's where we meet Pennywise. So Bill is looking for his boat, and then all of a sudden you just see, hiya, Georgie. Iconic scene. Both intros of the original It movie and this one, both of them are outstanding. So then unfortunately we lose Georgie. So then as time passes, the story starts getting built up with the Losers Club, and they all. I haven't seen a movie with kids that do such great acting as a whole. Like usually, like you have a movie where like one or two kids are going to be great actors, and then they're carrying the movie for everybody else, and the other kids are not anywhere near as good. But every single one of these kids, especially my two favorite were Bev, and of course the kid from Stranger Things with the thick glasses that's always making these rude and crude jokes. Amazing. That was pretty much me when I was a kid. So kind of why I like him the best. So I'm a bit all over the place with the reviews, lots of the distractions and lots of things going on. It's kind of why I haven't done a movie review in a very, very long time. So Derry has been the target of Pennywise like from the beginning. So all the adults have gone through something when they were kids regarding either they had a personal experience with Pennywise or they know somebody who's had an experience with Pennywise, but they all block it. And you see a great example of that is when the adults get into the world where the kids are experiencing a Pennywise phenomenon, like when with Bev and her dad. Her dad, man, I was never so glad to see somebody die in the movie, but he very much deserved it. So Pennywise has an ability of putting you like in kind of a pocket dimension that only you see what's going on and everybody else around you doesn't see anything that's going on. So Bev's bathroom is covered and drenched and dripping with blood, and so is she is completely covered in blood as well, but her dad doesn't see anything wrong with the room. He just sees a dirty bathroom. So all the adults put their memories of Pennywise and whatever history they've had aside. So kind of what happens is Pennywise slowly ramps up the fear in the kids. So at first it's very subtle, where they'll catch glimpses of Pennywise, and then as the movie progresses, he'll be face to face with them, and then when he's ready to start consuming them because they're ripe with fear, he starts actually getting in contact with them. Like the chubby kid cuts his stomach open, he attacks all of them in the garage. The effects are phenomenal. There was a lot of practical effects, but there was also mostly a lot of CGI, but everything looks fantastic. And then we have the bullies, and even the bullies, man, the bullies did a fantastic job with the roles they were given, especially Henry Bowers, man. Bro, that guy sold it. That kid sold the role. Like when he had the crazed look in his eye. Patrick was always was also a pretty good antagonist. He was the first one to die from the other side.